Well, the state prison system made a mistake in February. They released a serial child molester 7.5 years too early. Well, Brian Mathern was sent back to prison in March thanks to our exclusive David Hammer investigation. Well, today Governor Edwards signed a new law that aims to keep that kind of mistake from happening again.
The worst day of Chad Becknell's life happened at this fishing camp more than 30 years ago, when his trusted coach and teacher from Sacred Heart of Jesus Elementary School in Norco sexually abused him.
We would wake up to him being in our bed trying to, fondle us.
Brian Mathern pled guilty to molesting Becknell and 16 other boys. In February 2000, a judge sentenced Mathern to 1 day less than 30 years in prison. The judge specifically ordered no parole or early release for good behavior. But this February, Mathern was let out 7.5 years too early.
If I'm being really honest with myself, that was the second most horrible day of my life.
But today was a much better day for Becknell. Today, Governor John Bell Edwards told him face to face the State Department of Corrections made a mistake.
Sorry that happened.
Apologized to him because it was obviously a mistake that released Mr. Mathern early. It should not have happened.
We investigated Mathern's early release in March. After we questioned DOC, they rearrested Mathern and sent him back to Rayburn Correctional Center until 2029. Today, the governor signed the new law. It was sponsored by Norco Representative Greg Miller. It's called the Chad Becknell Survivors Notification Act. It directs DOC to use email and text messages to notify all victims of violent or sexual crimes at least 60 days before their attacker is released.
It gives time for people to prepare, but it also gives a whole bunch of sets of eyes to look to make sure that this is appropriate.
Mathern's early release was far from an isolated error. Louisiana Corrections Secretary Jimmy LeBlanc said in 2017 the DOC has staff manually track inmate release dates, leading to more than 100 early or late releases every year.
It is against the law to release them early, and it is also against the law to release them late. And they do the best that they can, but quite frankly, in this case, it wasn't good enough.
And he was out just long enough to taste a little bit of freedom. And now he's back where he belongs.
And that's why today is a rare day of hope for Chad Becknell. David Hammer, Eyewitness News.
Well, the Department of Corrections sent a statement today. It still didn't apologize and said no employees would be disciplined for letting Mathern out too early.